Yeah, y'all hear that man capping, man. Y'all hear that man capping talking about got a song. That mean all that mean is that we back. We back with another highly underrated sports podcast. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. We back, man. I know y'all was waiting on that Wednesday drop, but due to work schedules and just life schedules, we had to push it back. But we still giving y'all something this week, man. But as y'all know, man, I'm here with my boy Miguel, of course.
What's the word, everybody? Another weekly joint. You know how we coming.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And then we back in the building with the boy J Hoes.
Yes, sir. Straight out the trap.
And I'm Cordell, man, on the mic, man. Guiding this thing. We're going to do our thing this week, man. Definitely want to jump right into it. I don't want to waste no time because we all hype, man. It's been a couple days. It's been too long, man. We hype, ready to get this thing going.
I've been looking forward to this.
So, man, first thing I really want to kick it off with, man, obviously, like I said last week, one of the biggest things in sports news, man, Damar Hamlin, man. We want to give y'all a quick update on Damar, man. The biggest, man. Our boy, he's out of the hospital. Man, he's out of the hospital, doing a lot better, man.
At home doing rehab.
At home doing rehab, man. He's been talking to the team. He been doing this thing, man. He been out, man. How y'all boys feeling about that?
Dude, it is a blessing, man. Damar, man, we've been praying for you all week. Man, I just want to give a quick shout out to a lot of people that helped him throughout this process, man. That shout out to the Bills training staff, man. Denny Kellington, I believe his name is, the head trainer that applied CPR to him. Oh, man, you a lifesaver, bro. You need to be the league's highest paid trainer. Facts. University of Cincinnati Medical Center. Man, I heard y'all did a lot of wonderful things for my boy, man. Buffalo General Medical Center, shout out to y'all. Damar, man, we just glad that you're doing well. I just want you to, I know right now you're in the playoffs. Your mind probably just anxious to get out there, but just understand, man, it's health over football, man. Health over football. Get yourself 100% right, and football going to be here, man. I think the Bills they're going to hold you down while you down right now, man. But, just know, take care of self first. Self first, man, and football later, man. That's all I got to say.
Sure. Hoes, what you think, bro?
Man, I can't say it too much better than Miguel done said it, but I will say this. Listen, I'm waiting. Because, the Bills, they play this weekend, and I doubt he'll be at this game. He'll probably still be at the crib. But one of these next two games, he going to be in the house.
For sure.
He going to be in the house.
It's
going to go crazy. It's going to be a nut house.
Crazy, dude.
At that point, hey, cancel Christmas.
Yeah.
Everybody just cancel Christmas, man. It's over with. Josh Allen, going to wheel him to them ship. He going to have that 3-patch on his jersey.
Facts.
And it's up. It's up. He might throw 3 picks. He might throw 3 picks, but he gonna do it for 3.
That'd be so dope.
For sure, man. Damar, man, definitely happy you back healthy, man. Well, you're getting back healthy. Mm-hmm. You're on the right path, bro. We glad you everything is on the up and up for you, bro. That's amazing, man. For sure, man. And, if you do get back on that field one day, bro, we'll definitely be here to cheer you on, man. That's great news for sure. We just wanted to give y'all that quick update, because we told y'all last week about how he was doing and that's, how things were going. But, yeah, for sure, man. So let's go ahead and move on. Shout out to Damar, man. Shout out those Buffalo Bills, man. Y'all boys do y'all thing this weekend. Moving on. NFL. The NFL has been bussing. Y'all know it's playoff time, baby. It's playoff time. It's my favorite time of the year, man.
Sure.
Soon as that second week of July, January, man, when them things start coming around, you already know it's playoff time, man. But even more so, regular season ended. We had a lot of coaches losing their jobs. You know what I mean? So
it's just the beginning.
Right, yeah. It's just the beginning. We had a few off the rip.
Yes, sir.
We had a few off the rip, man. I'm gonna just throw a few out there, man. We got Arizona Cardinals, Hoes boy Cliff Kingsbury got cooked up. Hoes, by the way, Hoes called that. Hoes called that a couple weeks back. He called that.
He did.
Then Madden revealed it to me. I told y'all that for sure. We had the boy. This definitely Hoes, man. Nathaniel Hackett. That's Hoes, man, for sure. For sure. He got cooked.
Trash.
Before the season was even over with, man. One of my boys, I ain't gonna lie, man. I really do. I kind of favor him, man. He pretty cool dude. Frank Reich. Frank Wright got cooked. We all know that. He got cooked early on. Later on, I mean, he got cooked during the season and whatnot. Yeah.
That's a tough situation.
Yeah. And I like Frank Reich, man. I feel like that was Miguel boy Matt Ryan fault and Carson Wentz fault. That I mean, you know, they was too much old quarterback.
Support our coach, man.
Insert mid quarterback here.
Yeah, bro. They was too many mid quarterbacks, man. I like Frank Reich, man. He'll get another job. Then the Panthers dropped Matt Rule. I mean, we all knew that was coming. That was early on in the season too. Well, not early on, but towards the back end. So look, I want to throw it around to the boys, man. Oh, wait.
Talk about the big boy.
Wait.
Talk about the elephant
I saved the best one for last.
Talk about the elephant in the room.
Lovie Smith, man. Lovie got dropped after one season after taking that bum team 3-13-1, man. They candy, man. So I really want to pass this around the room to the fellas, man, and just get y'all take on everything, on all of them, you know, on all the coaching situations, scenarios, firings, and all of that stuff, man. I know y'all boys got a lot to say, so I'm just pass this to y'all.
I'll start it off. You know what I'm saying? Let's start at the top. Let's start with the worst.
Cliff?
No, I'm gonna start with the worst.
Matt Rule?
No.
Frank Reich?
Hackett.
Oh, yeah, boy. I thought you was gonna say the best for last. That's your man.
Hackett couldn't hack it.
Could not. That's perfect.
That's the problem.
I like that. I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
I still, before he go on, not to cut you off, I still say Nathaniel got cooked because Russ. But continue on.
Listen, that's cool. One thing I always say at work, right? You know, I work with a lot of teachers. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of degrees. It's cute. I got a couple good degrees myself. But at the end of the day, you can have all that paper. You know what I'm saying? You can be certified, but that don't mean you qualified to do your job.
Man, talk to him, man. If this was church, they would have said amen right there.
Amen, you know what I'm trying to tell you. Listen, Nathaniel Hackett was not qualified. He had the certifications, quarterback coach, quote-unquote offensive coordinator.
Facts.
With Aaron Rodgers. That's cool. It's real cute. But at the end of the day, what a substance. And we ain't seen none in Denver.
My boy.
Next, Kingsbury. He was in over his head from the beginning.
For sure. I agree.
He never had a winning record at Texas Tech. Never had not one winning record, bro. Listen, dope quarterback stats, but never had a winning record. Now, I love the energy he had as a young head coach because that's dope to me. But unfortunately, we all just going to remember that picture from the draft with his feet on that table with that beautiful background.
Yes, man.
It was amazing.
It was.
But hey, I mean, I hope you bought that house cash. You know what I'm saying? Hope you bought it in cash. All right, what else we got?
Clifford. You got
Who else we got? Who else?
Frank Reich.
I feel like, you know what? I feel like Frank Reich went out on the line for Wentz. I don't know if he went out on the line for Matt Ryan, but unfortunately, average quarterback play got him out the paint.
I agree.
That's a tough one, man. You know
and then your boy Matt Rule. We're gonna save Lovey for Lovey.
That's a whole segment within itself.
Matt Rule, I'll say this. Once again, it's almost the Cliff Kingsbury effect. He had an amazing year at Baylor.
Right.
His last year coaching college football. But let's be real, that's in the Big 12.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
That's not big boy football.
Talk to him.
That's not SEC Big 10.
They not NFL babies like Miguel say.
No, they're not.
Little boy, no big boy. But
minor league.
Hey, caught a hot hand in the dice game. Got him a job in Carolina. Couldn't hack it.
Damn.
No pun intended.
Oh man.
So that's all I got right now until we get the love. You know what I'm saying? I got something special for that one too.
So look, just to let y'all know, man, these coaches' records. Over 3 seasons, Matt Rule went 11-27.
Trash.
Frank Reich, over 5 seasons, 41-35-1. I like Frank Reich, man. Y'all can see why. 41-35-1. It's not bad. He had a winning record.
No, you can't even stun on him with
your
that.
boy Hackett in one season couldn't hack it. He Les Ryan Wilson 4-11. Y'all know that. I already told y'all Lovey record. Cliff Kingsbury over 4 seasons. A whopping 28-37-1.
Not with that team. It shouldn't have been that way.
Miguel, man, what's your take on these guys, man?
I'm going to start with, since we saving Lovey for its own segment, I'm going to start with Kingsbury. First and foremost, man, before I throw salt on you, you the swaggiest coach I've seen in a long time. If they had a category of the swaggiest NFL coach, you need to be up there. You and Kyle Shanahan, y'all holds it down. But as far as coaching wise, man, you had too good of a team. Too good of a team. And on paper, man, Arizona looks really good when healthy. He dealt with a lot of injuries the last 2 seasons. Yeah, we get that. That comes with the sport. Honestly, my take on Kingsbury is that I believe college is his niche.
For sure.
I don't think the NFL, and like Cole said, I believe it was either last week or the week before, sometimes you don't need to answer that call from the NFL. That may not be your call. That might be, you might need to hit that red button. It's called decline. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And go with what you know. Go with what you know. NFL, man, you got to come with it. It's a what have you done for me now lately, Lee?
Business.
And
100%.
you didn't do it in Arizona, buddy. So hey, you got that young Timberland. I don't know what size it was, but they gave your ass a good boot.
Dang.
Who we talking about, Reich?
Frank Reich, yes sir.
Man,
Frank
you
Reich.
know what? Reich, that record looks pretty good. It does. But I just don't understand your vision why you was coaching on your quarterback selection. Like, you getting these people.
Damn, that's surprising coming from you.
You're getting these people. Slow down, Cordell. Let me speak to the
Do
people.
your thing, bro.
I just don't understand your vision on taking these second tier ass quarterbacks.
Damn.
Like, these people, like, several programs that gave up on these quarterbacks, and you know what? I believe in them. Let me bring them in, and they gonna save the day here at Indianapolis. No. So you got that whatever size Timberland as well. It was well deserving.
Deion Sanders said, "I believe."
Hey, well, I don't believe in that one. And who was the next one? Hackett.
Your man Nathaniel.
Hoes could say it better, man. You just couldn't hack it. But I did hear recently that the Green Bay coach did holler back at you and said, hey, we got a position over here for you. But you might need to take that. You might just need to be a coordinator. Like Ho said, every call ain't your call.
Hey, listen, the funny part about it, he's still getting paid as a head coach.
No, they got to pay him.
Sure.
Yeah,
They
so
got to pay him.
He's stealing money.
They got to pay him. But you know
25
what?
M's.
Go on, take that coordinator job, man. Receive that money from Denver as well as Green Bay or whatever, man. Go on back home where you were successful at. But I don't think home is going to be as homely as you thought it was, because I think A-Rod is out the door.
And this house is not a home.
Exactly. So, who else we got?
Matt Rule.
Oh, Matt Rule. Rule number one, man.
I'm trying to tell you.
Rule number one is just stay in your lane. You did good at Baylor. You took the job with Carolina. It wasn't it, brother. It wasn't. You had the interim coach come in and show you up. He had Carolina playing scrappy.
With Sam Darnold.
You know what I'm saying? With Sammy.
Mr. I See Ghost.
You know what I'm saying? Sammy. Brother Rule.
Brother Rule.
And we ain't talking about
Got
job.
it.
And we ain't talking about job.
Brother Rule got it.
And where
for
did
sure.
he just take a job at? Stanford?
No,
Oh,
Nebraska.
Nebraska. Okay.
Hey, listen, good luck with that one.
Good luck.
Good
luck, man.
In the Big Ten. Good luck.
You know what? It's just one of them things, man. Stay in your lane. College was your lane. Baylor, you did good. You excelled. Hopefully, you do the same thing with Nebraska. I wouldn't count on it. But, hey, you getting a check, my brother. That's all I got to say.
So, I bet. I can't disagree with what the fellas are saying. I mean, I do got one, but I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna kick it off with Kingsbury, Cliff Kingsbury. I never really felt like Cliff was a good fit for that program. Ever, for real. Like, it just didn't work. Like, and you can see it's not working. He was supposed to bring that firepower, but I mean, it wasn't there. You mean, and they put the pieces in place. Yeah. Still couldn't get the job done. So I feel like, hey man, you tried. There ain't nothing wrong with that, but give it a fair try.
They would call him an offensive guru, though.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. He's supposed to bring that firepower, but I ain't really seen too much of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For a minute, like I want to say, was it last season when they had JJ and Chandler Jones and all that? They were saying the defense,
yep.
Buda Baker and all them, the defense was carrying them.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't really be like that if you got that firepower. You went and got D-Hop. You went and got what's the big dog from Pittsburgh, the running back.
James
Conner. You went and got all these big
Marquise
dogs.
Brown.
Marquise Brown,
Hollywood Brown.
You know what I mean? You went and got Ertz, tight end and all of that. You know what I mean? O-line decent. Y'all got my boy Rodney Hudson over there. O-line decent. Beeson over there. Y'all supposed to be putting up numbers, bro. But you tried. It's cool. You tried, bro. Maybe college level is good for you. Will be better, but hey, maybe you can find a job as a coordinator and do your thing. Whatever. Nathaniel Hackett, I feel like the jury's still out on him, man. I just feel like he caught the short end of the stick with Les Wilson. I feel like I'm sorry, man. I feel like everything that's happened in the Denver Broncos this year is Russell Les Wilson's fault, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like, this man was only there for one season.
Let's note this.
One season.
Let's note this because when the next coach ascends.
No, now look, that's not fair. That's not fair. I feel like you should at least gave the boy Nathaniel a chance to run it back, bro.
Now see,
at least a chance to run it back.
When you know you fucked up, just get it over.
But I guess if you paying the quarterback $200-something million, you got to do what you got to do, which is understandable. But I feel like Russ played a big part in that. Now I'm not saying that Hackett had the best schemes or the best system or anything like that to even fit what Russ do or anything like that. I'm just saying that what he did have and what he did draw up and his plan didn't work with what he had with Russ. You feel me? So I feel like that costed him a job.
They both should have been flexible.
Yeah, I feel like Hackett. I'm not saying he could be a good coach or he's not a great coach. A good coach in the league. I'm just saying, like, I just feel like maybe he didn't, because I'm sure he didn't pick Russell Wilson. Like, he didn't go to the front office and say, "Give me Rush." I know that had a lot to do with the boy Elway and all of them. Man, they wanted a quarterback. Yeah. You feel me? They won a Super Bowl. They want a quarterback. Yeah. They feel like with a quarterback, they ready. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I don't really know. So I can't really say he's a bad coach or he deserved that. What I can say is they had a terrible season, and Russell, that's why Wilson did too. So I feel like they should both share that. Russ should give him a couple dollars on the back end.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
Break him off.
Russ should give him a couple dollars, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Frank Reich.
I'll break him off, bro.
Frank Reich. I see them Colts twice a year. You know, I'm a Jaguars fan, but I like Frank Reich, man.
Division champs.
For surely. I feel like we going to get to that. I feel like Frank Reich, man, I like what he did with those boys, man. I like his history, his background. I like him as a coach. I really do. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind having him on our staff or something like that. So, you know what I mean? I know he'll get another job for sure. He finished with a winning record. I feel like it was just terrible quarterback play. I feel like they took too many chances on horrible quarterbacks. I know I understood the Wentz situation. They thought that he can bring him back to life like he had him in Philly and all that. I get that. That didn't work. Okay, cool. Go get Miguel boy Matt Ryan. That didn't work.
I knew he was going to do that.
But I feel like he really lost the community when he benched Matt Ryan. When he benched him, yeah, he lost the community with that one. After that, I knew it was over, man. It was over. But Frank, I feel like Frank is solid. He's a good coach. He'll be back. Matt Rule, well, brother Rule, just keep it pushing, my dog. You seen how, like Miguel said, when you left, those boys they started playing real scrappy. Mm-hmm. That says a lot. When a coach leaves and the interim steps in, and they play way harder for him, that means you lost the locker room a long time ago, bro.
We call that addition by subtraction.
Hey.
Fact. It ain't. Sometimes you got to lose something to gain something. Shout out my boy Gator.
Sure.
Sometimes when you lose something, you really gain something. But man, I just feel like you lost the locker room, brother. Like if those guys are willing to play harder for an interim coach than they are for you, they just wasn't rocking with you, dog. So whatever coaching methods that you have, maybe you need to try and do something different, my dog. So, but yeah, to sum it all up on those guys, man, that's what I think. But what I really want to ask, what I've really been saving for this segment, Lovie Smith, I know we probably have 3 different opinions, or we may all agree. But as we all know, Lovie went 3-13-1 with the Texans over one season. Now, mind you, Lovie probably has the absolute worst roster in the league.
Easily.
Facts.
Easily. The worst roster. The quarterback, I guarantee you, half of the people in the world, half of NFL fans across the board don't even know him. Don't even know him. You feel me?
There's only guys like me who know who
You feel
Davis
me?
Mills is.
You feel me? Struggling. They're struggling. Their number one receiver is what? Cooks? Brandon Cooks?
Don't do Cooks like that.
I'm not saying I'm not saying Cooks is a bum.
But
I'm not saying Cooks is a bum, but I'm saying he's all that's all they got.
Agree. And it's a big sign that remember he begged for a trade.
Exactly.
And they wouldn't trade him.
Facts.
They wouldn't trade him, bro.
I mean, what I'm saying is all I'm saying is if Brandon Cooks is all you have, bro, like it's a problem. You feel me?
Yeah.
But the real question, I feel like even with this season, obviously Lovey having probably one of the worst rosters, if not one of the worst rosters, if not the worst roster in the NFL, he still managed to win 3 games and still managed to tie 1 game. Now, as we all know, the Texans were in the running for the number 1 pick with the sorry ass Chicago Bears.
Watch your mouth.
Trash ass Chicago Bears. My bad.
Watch your mouth.
And Lovey beat the Colts in the final week of the season. He ended up going out there and getting that W at the end of the game. After that, he gets canned. Now, me personally, I was impressed by how he had those boys playing because don't get me wrong, man, the Texans played scrappy all season. All season they played scrappy. They played scrappy.
For
teams
sure.
that was out of their league the entire season. They had close games with teams that was out of their league.
Yeah, they played scrappy.
Entire season. Bro.
All season long they played scrappy. They balled out. They were in games they shouldn't have been in. According to on paper, they shouldn't have been in those games, right?
Sure.
I feel like Lovey got the most out of those players. I feel like if Cliff Kingsbury would have been coaching them, they wouldn't have won a game. I feel like Lovey got the most out of those boys and still got fired. Now, the question I want to present to the gang is, did Lovey get fired because he won that game and didn't get that first pick? Because winning that game put them at number 2 because the Bears obviously lost like they do every week. So that put Houston at number 2, put the Bears at number 1. Did Lovey get fired because of that? Because he won that last game?
First and foremost, I want to say this, man. I like Lovey. You know what I'm saying? For his little time in Chicago, his time at U of I like Lovey. Do I think the head coach is his knack? Nope. I think defensive coordinator is what he excels at. So with all that being said, the odds were against him when they gave him the job at Houston. As an African American coach, they not. That was just a setup for failure. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the roster they gave him. You know what I'm saying? He did. What was the record?
3-13-1.
3-13-1. But every game, if you look at every game, but a few of them, they were in the game. They were scrappy. Like you said, they were scrappy. My main question to the cast members, man, is did he do it purposely knowing that he was going to get canned?
It's funny that you said that because I feel 100% he did. Like, let's just be honest, right? He's in a terrible situation. They fired a coach last year on his first year of his contract, black coach. I think Lovey knew he was a seat holder, and I think Lovey knew going into that game that, hey, this is it for me. I went 3-13-1. I don't know how they expected me to turn water into wine like I'm Jesus, but I couldn't do it. I held us as tight as we could. Close games. Lost to Kansas City, number 1 seed in the AFC, by 6 in overtime.
That's what I'm saying. With
a terrible, the absolute worst roster. And even your young talent, John Mechie didn't play all year because he had leukemia. You know what I'm saying? So even your young talent didn't play. Now, and arguably, they have 2 of the best young players on defense. Petrie at safety.
He a dog.
And Stingley Jr. at corner.
Yeah, straight
dog. 2 of the arguably best. We talk about Sauce a lot. And Sauce one of them ones.
Facts.
But Stingley Jr. is one of them ones, too.
And Sauce noticed Stingley, that boy.
For sure. But this the problem. It don't matter when everybody else ain't hooping.
Yeah.
if they ain't in the gym hooping with me, and if I put up 20 but we only put up 30, that's not a recipe for
Football
success.
ain't one of them sports.
So at that point, I think Lovey knew going to week 18, it probably is for me. So you know what? Who better to help than my old organization? Even though they did me dirty. Cause remember, Lovey got fired on the 10-6 season.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Got fired on a 10-6 season, bro. Took us to the Super Bowl, but got fired on a 10-6 season, bro.
Facts.
Y'all to the Super Bowl.
You know what I'm saying? That's a tough one, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I say y'all because I'm a Chicagoan.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? I am more.
We not worried about
you said
Cordell.
us.
We not
You
worried.
said us.
I'm a
You
player's
talking
guy.
about me and him?
I'm a player's
We wasn't
guy.
talking about you.
You know what I'm saying? But
Clearly.
and I don't support the family, the McCaskies, because I feel like they've done wrong over the last couple of years. Well, when I say couple of years, I mean couple decades.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? But they look like they're headed in the right direction. So hopefully this bounce pass from Lovey will springboard them in the right direction. But if they drop this, like I said a couple episodes ago, I hope the football gods bury them. They got the number 1 pick. This should be all they need. Shout out to Lovey for helping them out.
You know what? Before Mark Cordell goes in, shout out to the McCaskey family for believing in the brothers, man. Can we take a moment for that?
No.
Is this belief?
Right.
Well, that's a whole other topic.
Right,
whole
bro.
other topic.
That's still up for
That's a whole
debate,
other
bro.
topic.
That's still up for debate, bro. That's still up for debate, bro.
Listen. They believing in the brothers.
Or do they believe in the trend?
They believing in the brothers, man. We done got a black GM. We got a black, what is he, a vice president now? The new guy they hired?
Mm-hmm.
Go 3-12 again. Watch his ass be out.
We won't. We won't.
Yo,
We won't.
This is gonna be a long time for
I
them
just
niggas to get
believe
good.
they rolling with the wave.
Exactly. I do too, bro. I do too, 100%. I would. I don't know. I don't know. No.
Let's just get back to Lovey.
Yeah. My take on Lovey. I think that I feel like he did get fired because he won that game. I feel like, but I also agree with the fellas. I think that this was going to be his last game, regardless. But I think that I don't think it should have been. Just if I'm a GM, if I'm an owner, if I'm any of that, just seeing what Lovey got out of those boys, knowing what we really had, and he got 3 wins and a tie out of those guys, I'm keeping him. I'm gonna give him a shot with a real roster, or at least try to build something and give him a few years to see what he can do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna bring him back, let him run it back, and see what he can get out of another team, because obviously the locker room is with him. The next man you bring in there, you may even have the pieces, but if the locker room not feeling him, if he don't got the community, then what does it even matter? It's obvious. We've seen what Lovey can do. Like Ho said, Lovey got fired off of a 10-6 season. We know Lovey can coach. Lovey went to U of I and did his thing. I mean, he had some tough seasons, but he also had some good seasons as well. I think that I'll honestly say, like I said, I saw those boys twice a year. The first time they beat us. Stingley got that pick in the end zone. They did their thing. They beat us. Second time, put the belt on them, as we should. But I'm still impressed by their play, for sure. I'm still impressed by their play, and I'm still impressed how hard those boys played. You know what I mean? So I feel like I don't know, man. Like I don't want to bring race into it, but I just don't understand. I don't like what the Texans are doing. I feel like what Ho said, like the Bears owners are following the trend. I feel like 100% Houston Texans are following the trend within the last 2 years. How they brought the coach in last year, black guy. They tried to really make a big deal out of it. You seen that on SportsCenter almost every day. Black coach, black coach, black coach. Cook them out the one season. Then you bring Lovey in. You bring in another black coach. You cook them out the one season. What's the plan, bro? What's the plan? So what you telling me is you feel like another coach would have gotten more out of that roster? I don't think so. I don't think there's any more you can get out of that roster.
Not at all. So
what is the plan? What are you really doing? You know what I mean? I don't get what the Houston Texans are on right now. You know what I mean? So I'm going to just let that be that. You know what I mean? But Lovey, shout out to you, man. I hope you do get another chance, another opportunity, whether it be HC, whether it be a DC, whether it be whatever.
For sure. He gonna do his thing.
Yeah, whether it be whatever, you know what I mean? I hope you do get another shot, bro, because I'm highly impressed with what you did with that roster for sure, man. But moving on. Like I said earlier, it's playoff time, man. It's playoff time. Everybody know what mid-January is to the NFL, man. Every football fan knows what's going on around this time, man. So with the playoffs coming up, with the playoffs kicking off this weekend, tomorrow, Saturday, going crazy. We got 2 games going on tomorrow. We got games going on all weekend. What I really want to throw out, man, I want to ask the first question about the playoffs I want to throw out to the fellas. The NFC East has been known to be the weakest division in football for the last however many years. We always know the Cowboys going to dominate, and it's going to be that Philly, you know, make a run, whatever the case may be. Everybody else going to be trash. That division trash. You mess around and get a team that's below 500 in the playoffs because they won a division. The division is terrible. This season, NFC East has the most teams in the playoffs. They put 3 teams in the playoffs. You got Philly, who was the number 1 seed in the NFC. Then you got Dallas, and then you also got the New York Giants are in the playoffs. So, what I want to throw out to y'all boys, man, is the NFC East competitive again? What do y'all think?
I will say, for now, yes.
What you mean by that? What you mean by that?
Only time will tell, because ultimately, I love the way the Commanders' defense plays, but they still got to question their quarterback. And then when you think about New York, same thing. Question their quarterback. But I love the way Dayball got them playing. Dayball have them playing at a whole different level, and we finally seen the Saquon that we've been waiting to see. You know, outside of the injuries for the last couple of years.
Definitely bounce back.
Eagles, listen, Hurts been balling. That entire unit, when they own, that's a hard out for anybody.
For sure.
I don't care who you are, Kansas City, Buffalo, whoever. I don't care who you are. That's a hard out for you.
Facts.
Now, let's get to the Dallas Cowboys. Let's get to paper champs. I just got a problem with a team where, you know, where the stats or the paper ain't matching the stats.
Facts.
You know.
Talk your talk, bro.
And particularly Dak. You know, my boy threw
Dakota?
My boy threw a pick that was dropped, but then threw the pick right on the very next play, bro. Pick 6 to be exact.
That's how he move. That's how he move.
You can't win that way. Like, football is at a point now, just universally, you need a quarterback. You need one.
Agreed.
And the higher the level, the better the quarterback player has to be. And he's just not operating on all cylinders. You know what I'm saying? My boy a 4-cylinder car, man. You ain't no good for the race. He ain't no good for the race, man. We need V8 or better, baby. And you ain't cutting it. I mean, that's just all I got. But I will say this: they went from the NFC least, they back to the NFC East. But I need to see a couple. I need to see a couple more.
I like that.
I need a couple more years, though. I need a couple more years of this consistency. But I love what I see. Sky's the limit for a couple of them teams.
For sure.
So I think that I'm gonna say no. I'll be honest with you, I'm gonna say no, for the simple fact that the Cowboys played a weak schedule this year, in my opinion. I think that Dak, obviously, y'all know, I don't think Dak is the answer. He don't got it. You're not gonna win with him, and I feel like when the pressure is on Dak, anytime you put the ball in Dak's hands when the pressure is on, bro, I feel like majority of the times he's going to let you down. That's just how he move. He going to throw that pick, or he just not going to get it done, bro. Dak is the type of guy throw for 400 yards and 0 touchdowns. Like, that's just how he moves. So I don't believe in Dak. The pieces around Dak, yes, sir. The pieces around Dak are nice. You know what I mean? He got the pieces, but I'm not a believer. Philly, I'm a believer in Philly for sure. I love Jalen Hurts. They doing their thing. They got a strong O-line, man. Defense is decent. I mean, they got problems with the run. Yeah. But, yeah, they working on it. But I like Philly, and I like what Philly's doing. But everybody else, like the Giants, like Ho said, yeah, we finally getting to see Saquon do what we thought he was supposed to do. But Danny Dimes, come on, man. Like, average at best. You know what I mean? I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it, man. Like I said, I'm with Hoes on this one, man. I need to see a little bit more consistency within the division. I need to see some big wins come from within the division as well. You know what I mean? In order for me to go ahead and crown those boys just off the rip and say that they back. But what I will say is putting 3 teams in the playoffs, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. You feel me? So I got to get them their credit and just say, off the rip, I bet. I see what y'all are doing this year. You follow it up again next year, I might change my story.
All right. Me personally, man, the NFC East is back, man. They doing good. They got 3 teams out of 4. They doing all right. You got the Eagles, like they said, Cowboys. You got the Giants. Me, that boy Jalen Hurts, man. Oh man, he's something different. The NFC period goes through Philly and San Fran to me. I'm a firm believer in that. I believe that boy Jalen Hurts, man, in year 3, I believe it is. 3? Is it 3, fellas?
I believe so.
Year 3?
Yeah.
Man, he turned that program around. I believe that I think he is in a hunt for NFL MVP. When he was out, you definitely see that the team definitely needed him. He is a significant part of their success. But me personally, I just believe the NFC period just goes through Philly and San Fran. Eagles definitely holding it down. Like I said, Cowboys. Whew. I don't want to, Cordell kill me if I go against him right now, because he know that I'm a Cowboys fan, bro. You know that I'm slick.
No, speak your truth though.
You know I'm
Speak
slick
your
a
truth.
Cowboys fan, but I am a firm believer.
We put the belt on them, so I ain't tripping.
I've been telling y'all since we started the show that the Cowboys, they do good through the regular season, and that playoffs, it's like they get what my little brother says, tight ass syndrome. They just don't cut it. They just don't cut it. And Dak is definitely feeding into everything that Cordell has been saying about him. He just don't have it. He does not have it, bro. That game against Washington, I cannot believe it. I I thought that was an easy win. I even took the money line on the FanDuel.
Should have been easy.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, dude, come on, man. He ain't cutting it. I don't know what the future is for Dak in Dallas. I love black quarterbacks, man. I love it. I don't even like speaking bad against them, but I got to be a realist. If it just ain't him, it just ain't in him. You know what I'm saying? That dog got to be in you, not on you. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I don't think that he got it.
For sure.
But as far as the Giants, Dabo, man, I really was a fan of you coming to the Bears, honestly. We didn't get you. We got Eberflus. We had to take what we got. I believe you signed that contract way before Eberflus was signed. I think you told the Bears that you weren't interested. But what you did with that New York Giants team in a year's time, man, you did your thing. I don't think you guys' time is going to last long in the playoffs, but you turned that program around. Saquon, my mans, hey, you proved the doubters wrong. They didn't think you was going to bounce back how you did after that knee injury. You did. And big ups to you. It's unfortunate that you about to face some high-power offense, high-power defense. Yeah. I think it's just going to be one of them things like, just happy to be here type situations. It won't last long. But, hey, shout out to y'all for making the playoffs. But the NFC East, y'all holding it down, man. Y'all did 3 out of 4 teams. You can't say that conference wasn't doing anything. It's hard to say that. So that's all I got to say on that.
To before we get off this, I think that the reason why I think Dallas always finishes where they finish is because they play against teams in the NFC East. I think that's the only way they do what they do is because they beat up on teams in the weakest division. What's been known
was the weakest division.
Yeah, it's still up for debate. But one season, you know what I mean? But that's just my opinion because I feel like Dak not the answer. But to counter tie this with the last segment, I told Miguel this. What was it, Saturday when we was watching the Jags game? I think this was right before Hoes got here, bro. If Dallas loses on Monday night, McCarthy is getting canned, bro. He's on the hot seat, dog.
He's definitely on the hot
He's
seat.
on the hot seat. Miguel told me he wasn't, but I'm telling you, bro.
And they're getting canned.
And they're gonna lose. And when they lose, McCarthy ass is out of there. And I'm gonna tell you one more coach on the hot seat, Brandon Staley. He's on the fucking hot seat too.
What's that? The Chargers?
Charge. When we bust their ass again, we put that belt to Buns, he getting cooked too. But McCarthy, definitely on the hot seat, bro. Sean Payton, Jerry Jones want you, bro.
Staley might have more time.
May have.
I don't
One
know.
more year. One
He got
more year.
he got a little bit more. To me, he got a little
He got
bit
one more
more
year.
to stand on than McCarthy.
I don't
do.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know, especially after last year. I don't know, especially after last
the tough
year.
decision makers on fourth down.
You know what I
yeah.
mean? I don't know. I think when we go in there tomorrow and piece them boys up,
I think y'all are actually.
I know we gonna piece
Mike
them up.
Williams not playing.
I wish I could
We
come
beat
watch
them.
the game.
We
with
beat
you,
them
man.
38-10
I really wish I
early in the
could.
season. We put the bet on them
Y'all
tomorrow.
at home.
We at home.
Y'all at home.
We beat them at their home.
Yeah.
We got something to prove, bro. We playing with a chip on our shoulder.
Jags got something to say.
Come on, man.
All right,
You know it. You know it. But no, man. McCarthy. I feel like McCarthy in that hot seat, man. But man, not to get too far off topic. Playoffs. Y'all know playoffs going on, man. I'm just want to ask y'all boys, man. Ask the fellas. What matchups with the wild card round going on right now, and even with the divisional rounds or whatever? What matchups are y'all looking forward to seeing throughout these playoffs, bro? Like even if it's a oh man, if they win type scenario or whatever. I just want to know what teams are y'all interested in seeing, or what y'all want to see from this playoff.
I'll say from the wild card round, I think there's only one, or maybe two. There's two. One on each side that's the most interesting matchup. The Giants versus the Vikings. Because I really feel like that's a 50-50 split.
Ooh.
I feel that for sure.
If the Vikings don't come to play, it's over with.
I feel you, bro.
Because the Giants are a tough out. They're not the most healthiest right now. But also Dayball set out a lot of guys last week. So they should be rolling into this thing a lot more healthy. Gotcha. I personally, when I put my picks in for my pool this week, I'm going to be picking the Giants.
I'm not mad at that.
Just going to be honest with you.
I'm not mad at it.
And on the flip side, I mean, I got to say the Chargers-Jaguars matchup.
Yes, for sure.
Because, and I just told one of my coworkers before I left work today, I'm like, listen, it's all shaping up for the Jaguars to win.
Yeah.
We gonna win. I can
Mike
guarantee
Williams,
it.
Not playing. At that point, you got Keenan Allen, and no disrespect to them, a bunch of journeymen, opposite of him.
Facts.
And I hope Keenan Allen's healthy, because if he's not healthy, at that point, what you got?
Yeah.
Austin Eckler, who you gonna try to put the load on?
We showed y'all what we did to him last time.
And me personally, I just feel like I love Justin Herbert from a potential standpoint. But I feel like he still has moments where he throws the game away. He has an amazing skill set. But he still has times where he throws the game away. And it's just something about that little magic that the Jaguars got rolling, man. Dougie P got him flying. And that defense, if the defense keeps them locked in, they're gonna be good.
Right. Nah, agreed, bro. Agreed, man. I think that from my perspective, obviously y'all already know. Y'all already know what I'm looking forward to. The Jags taking that thing to the Super Bowl. Not just winning this. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not even worried about tomorrow's game, man. I'm dead, and it ain't even. And it has nothing to do with what we did to those boys early on in the season when we put that belt down 38-10. It honestly has nothing to do with that. It has, for me, it's everything to do with. I think that I just don't think that the Chargers are gonna play as hard as us. Like that's just what it's gonna come down to. Like I feel like with the Jags being the Jags, we had the number 1 pick the last 2 seasons. I feel like we got something to prove. Everybody think we bums. Everybody think we fluke. All of that, bro. That's why we play so hard. So I feel like we just like, man, that drive, all that's outmatched. It's outmatched, bro. Like it's gonna be too much for them boys. Like we gonna put too much on them boys.
The Chargers are so up and down though. It's hard to trust them.
It's hard to trust them. I agree with you on that. I just feel like it's gonna be too much for them, bro. Too much for them. Another matchup I'm interested to see though. Another game that I'm very, very, very interested to see is that Bucks Cowboys Monday night joint. I'm super excited for that game, for the simple fact that I want to see. Everybody been saying that, you know, Brady. Obviously it hasn't been Brady's best season. We know what Dak is, but we know how those Cowboys fans are. It's supposed to be their year. It's supposed to be all of this, but we know who TB12 is, especially when his back is against the wall.
And remember, ESPN threw their stat out. You know, they throw a stat out every
Come
game.
on, man.
He's never lost to the Cowboys.
Ever. And since we throwing stats out, the Jaguars have never lost on a Saturday. Just throw that out. But, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Trevor Lawrence has never lost on
No,
a
the
Saturday.
Jaguars have never lost
Trevor
on.
Lawrence has never lost on a Saturday.
Bro, I'm a Jags fan. We never lost on a Saturday.
That's crazy that you even know that.
Trevor never lost on a Saturday neither, but we've never lost on a Saturday
I'm only
either,
speaking
bro.
for Trevor. Because you know, quarterback is the catalyst.
We never lost on a Saturday either, bro. Trevor ain't never lost on a Saturday through high school or college.
Shout out to him
or the
for that.
NFL
That's
for sure.
huge.
But the Jaguars have never lost on a Saturday, bro. So we not gonna lose this Saturday. I'm not even worried about this game, bro. Like, ain't even no sweat on my. But usually I be nervous. I'm not even nervous at all. We're gonna beat the shit out of them.
You haven't been nervous, bro.
We gonna cook them. I ain't worried about it. We're gonna win. We playing with something special. But that game, I think it's gonna be very interesting. That Cowboys and Bucks game. Yeah, man. That's those are the two in this wild card round. And I like this Seahawks 49ers matchup too.
Very interesting.
Seahawks 49ers matchup is very interesting to me because, for one, it's playoff football. We don't know what we're going to get out of Brock Purdy. We don't know what we're going to – is that his name? First name, Brock?
Yeah.
We don't know what we're going to get out of him. He is a backup, but that offense is super dynamic. Super dynamic. Defense is crazy. Geno Pro Bowler. Seahawks having a pretty decent damn season. So I'm interested to see that too. Tomorrow I'm going to be turned up all day for the games, man. Miguel, what about you, bro?
I'm going to go with the 2 games Hoes picked, and that was the Chargers, Jaguars, and Giants, Vikings. I'm going to start with the Giants, Vikings. That's going to be a tough one. I'll tell you that for sure. If I was a betting man, I don't know who I would go with. And I know the Giants are going to give you a little bit more money because the odds are against them. The Vikings, they too shaky. They sometimey, they don't, you know what I'm saying? If they come to perform, if Kirk Cousins comes out there and Jet Jefferson does his thing and the rest of the team does his thing, they'll beat the brakes off them. But that's nearly here or there. We don't know what team we getting every Sunday with the Vikings. I'm going with them, but just know that if you playing the Giants, they're scrappy. They're coming in. They're believing like underdogs. They're thinking that, hey, we don't have nothing to lose. They're going to go on balls to the wall. Danny might shock you. I know Saquon going to come to play. We don't know about that game, man. But, if I was a betting man, I'm going with the Vikings. But I'm going to say that for the weekly predictions. As far as the Chargers and Jaguars game, man, Cordell, you done made me a believer. Bro. Those boys from Duval is really coming to play.
We've been here, bro.
They really coming to play. I didn't know that little stat about Saturdays, and I'm a firm believer that when I do place bets, I always go back to certain things like that.
Think about how many times you've seen us play on a Saturday.
But I haven't. You know what? I don't even pay that much attention to y'all, so I'm gonna go with what you say with that because
look it up. If I'm wrong, look it up.
But that was key, man. And for the listeners, man, for that man got some knowledge on him, man. That man looked up the Saturday stats. But first off, I just think even if it was on a Sunday, if that motherfucking game was on a Tuesday, I just think that I'm going with the Jaguars.
Baby. It's belt season, baby.
I'm just going with the Jaguars. I think that they're man, dude, they just first off, I know you're gonna kill me for saying this. They happy to be here. First off, they didn't been out the playoffs since what you say 2017.
Yeah, 2017.
2017. We got a new coach. We got a young quarterback. We got a scrappy defense. Hey, I just think this is it. And the Chargers are not fully healthy, and that's going to be a key piece. I mean, you got Palmer. You got Kellen. What's his name?
Keenan Allen.
They stopped Eckler. I mean, what y'all got? That's gonna be a hard task though, because Eckler he young, he's small, but he mighty. He get them scrappy yards, man. He can do rushing and receiving. He can kill y'all on both elements. But I just honestly think if I was a betting man, I'm going with the Jags. I just think this is just their year
to win the Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna say all that, but I know for sure they're gonna advance out this wild card round. So that's what I got.
So look, let me ask y'all boys this. What are y'all expecting to see come February? Now, we all know February is that big showdown, that bowl. If y'all had to pick two teams right now before these playoffs kick off, who y'all picking to get in that thing? Hoes, where you going, bro?
I think previously when we talked about it, I said Buffalo and Philly. I'm not going to hedge my bet, but I'm going to say this. Just San Fran, man. They clicking
come on
all cylinders, like every single, and they healthy now. They have everybody back. They got everybody back. So at this point, but the only problem with San Fran is this: that secondary is terrible. So if they get the wrong matchup, and they get the throwing the ball over top of them, it's over with. But the pass rush is amazing. Nick Bosa is in the running for Defensive Player of the Year.
Facts.
He's balling.
For sure.
He's balling. So, one hand washes the other. One hand washes the other. Secondary not that good. Hell of a pass rush. Can Philly stop the run? That's going to be the key for me.
That's going to be the key.
Can they stop McCaffrey? Can they stop Debo? Can they stop that without loading the box? Because if you got to load the box, then your secondary is in trouble.
Facts.
So, I mean, it's a very interesting matchup. But I'm going to stick with my original pick. I'm going to stick Buffalo, Philly. I just feel like that's a really good matchup to see.
For sure.
Super Bowl?
Yeah, I'm staying with that.
Ooh, and what about you?
Man, dude. First off, the NFC goes through Philly and San Fran to me. The AFC goes through the Buffalo or Cincinnati to me. I just don't think that KC, I know a lot of people like, man, what is he talking about? Pat Mahomes? What? In the playoffs? I just don't think they have enough offensively and defensively this year. Man, they got a shaky run game, lack of talent on the wide receiver position other than Kelsey. Defensively, I believe that their DBs will get exposed throughout these playoffs, and that will hurt their chances of advancing to the next round. So that's why KC is not in my pick. If I had to pick two teams, I'm going with San Fran and Buffalo. I just think Buffalo just got so much to play for right now, man.
Don't forget, if KC gets exited and it comes down to Cincy and Buffalo, neutral site.
Oh, because of the game. Oh,
yes,
facts.
Atlanta has already offered to host the game.
Gotcha.
Mercedes-Benz Dome has already been offered.
Gotcha.
So we don't know exactly where that game's gonna be, but neutral site.
I'll pull up to that.
Yeah.
Who you telling?
Those are my two picks, man. I just think it's gonna be San Fran throughout the NFC, and I believe there's gonna be, if I had to pick between Buffalo and Cincy, it's just too much. Them boys, man. That kickoff return, that first play, oh my God, that was like ideal, bro. That was like, with all this Damar Hamlin stuff going on, and that man ran that thing back like that, they just got so much to play for. I just think there's just too much. I'm going with San Fran and the Bills, man. The Super Bowl matchup.
Say less. I'm gonna keep it short, man. I ain't got much to say on this. Y'all already know who I got. Y'all already know I got them Duval Jacksonville Jaguars in that thing, man. Philly Jags, man. That's my pick, man. Philly Jags all day, man. I don't know what else to say. I'm gonna just let it be that, because I don't think nobody rocking with us. Ain't nobody gonna match our energy. We gonna bring it. And I think my boy Jalen Hurts gonna run through these playoffs, man. I'm rooting for him for sure. And if for some reason we do happen to get bounced, I still hope Jalen Hurts goes to the bowl and wins it out of that NFC. For surely. I hope that happens, man. So, look, man, let's move on. We already got the playoffs out the way. I'm anxious for those to come on tomorrow. I know we all are. But let's get into some past weekend action, man. We had the national championship, NCAA National Football Championship. Number 1 Georgia versus number 3 TCU. It got ugly.
Slaughter game.
Slaughter game.
It got ugly. It got ugly, man. Georgia won that game 65 to TCU's 7. I'm going to be honest. Me and Miguel cut the game off at halftime and started playing Madden.
Hey, we playing Madden,
We
bro.
playing Madden.
By the third quarter,
In the
bro.
third quarter, we playing Madden, got the game on the iPad, bro. It was
Facts.
ugly, man. What y'all think about that game, man? Just a short recap on that game. I know ain't much to say about it.
Listen, man, I left work early. Our girls' basketball team had a game. I left work early to go, meet up with a few more coaches, at the bar to watch the game. And Monday night is bingo night at the bar. So needless to say, by the second quarter, I was focused on bingo.
Facts.
I was trying to win something for TCU since they was
For wasting your time, I'm going to win something.
They was getting dragged. You know what I'm saying? Getting beat like a drum. That's all I'm saying. That's just what was going on.
That wasn't even a national championship, bro.
It's okay. Listen,
It was a butt whooping.
the real national championship was the week before with them real boys from Columbus. That was the real national championship.
Here you go.
But I digress. I digress.
Here
But at the
you
end of
go.
the day, shout out to Georgia. Hey, shout out to Stetson investment banker Bennett. Okay, because he went crazy.
Talking about old school?
Yeah,
He went crazy.
He
Talking about old school?
He went crazy.
Nigga 35.
You know what I'm saying? My
35
boy
with
went
a
nuts.
natty.
Now, the only person I feel bad for is my boy Mad Max Duggan. But it just is what it is, man. You win some, you lose some.
But you fight another day.
But you live. You live to fight another day.
Damn, he hit you with the same.
Because they didn't fight much that day.
They didn't.
Not with them little 7 points. And what's crazy, when they scored them 7, they thought they had a chance.
But hey, don't lie, because they scored the 7 early, so it was early enough for you to believe that they may have. Had a chance.
I did not believe.
Well, I know
it was
you thought
7-7.
that you picked them to be losing by a 2-score margin anyway by the end of the game. Me personally, this thing didn't end. This thing ended just like I thought it was gonna be. Georgia being out the SEC conference once again, they displayed pure dominance, man. SEC, what's my saying? NFL babies. Them jokers is ready to go right now. TCU, y'all owe them fans some money back, man. I don't know what is going on. Y'all didn't deserve to be on that big stage. I don't know what them fans paid for them tickets, but somebody from that TCU program need to be dishing out.
It's an experience.
They need to be dishing out some cash.
It wasn't much of an experience.
And I want to say this, man. Y'all might agree to disagree, whatever, man. That's what we do on the show. Them Alabama fans are somewhat laughing right now, telling you I told you so.
Win games to get in there. I don't want to hear that.
They should have been in, bro.
No.
I knew Cordell was going to
They
vouch.
should have been in,
I
bro.
knew he was going to vouch.
When TCU lost to Kansas State, they should have been
I knew
eliminated,
Cordell.
bro. They should have been
Cordell.
out of the way, bro.
You have to win games to get in.
Man, I ain't trying to hear
How
that.
many losses
man.
did Bama have?
Two.
Two.
And how many did TCU have?
One.
And who did they lose to?
Hey, that's not the problem. You lost 2.
Man,
Had you lost one,
they should have been gone, bro.
Had you lost one just to Georgia, you'd have been in.
They should have been out of there, bro.
But you didn't.
You lost to Kansas State in the championship,
Hey,
conference championship. Kansas State, man, go on, man. They
Didn't
don't
Alabama
belong.
play them?
Beat the dog out of them in the
What
bowl
was the
game.
score to that,
Beat the
Cordell?
dog
Look
out of
that
them in
up.
the bowl game, bro.
Look that up. Hey, that make it even more, my message even,
they
my
put
statement
belt
even
to
more
buns.
powerful.
like the Bart Simpson meme, at least you tried. And they go for TCU and Bama.
This is a Ohio State
they
fan
put
we
the
talking
belt-
about, everybody.
the
This
real
Holes
ones.
is
Two
Ohio
buttons.
State.
The real ones.
45-20.
God damn.
The real ones.
Belt to buns, bro.
That's a switch to buns. Nigga, that
Come
ain't
on,
even
man.
a belt. They done went and picked
TCU
that
didn't-
bitch off the tree.
I ain't gonna even lie, bro. I would have rather seen Ohio State take that bruising, bro, because TCU.
That wasn't one.
Yeah,
that wasn't
it
gonna
was.
TCU didn't belong. They didn't belong,
and
bro.
they showed
they
that.
did not
And
belong.
they showed that. That's why I said the statement that I said.
You seen what happened the week before.
They owe somebody some money.
Hey, I kick
That's a
a
fact.
kick a blew it. You seen what happened the week before?
Quiet as kept. Quiet as kept. Michigan would have took that same beating too.
For sure.
I don't think it would have been
For
that
sure.
brutal.
No, it would have been the same way. Michigan would have took that same
wouldn't have been
beating, bro.
seven.
I don't think it would have
They
been that brutal.
probably would have had
21.
21, yeah, 21 to 65.
Yeah, for sure.
They would
For
have
sure.
took the same beating. Though.
It's hard to. I keep telling y'all boys, week by week, it's hard to compete with the SEC caliber of talent, bro. That is NFL babies,
I'm not
man.
gonna say that.
Those,
not-
Hoes
say
going
that.
with that Ohio State shit.
yeah, and I'm not sold on what you saying.
Who was the
Hov.
best player on the field last week?
Man, you talking about one game,
Who-
bro?
Answer the question. Who's the
Look,
best player on the field?
ESPN has
Old
even
school?
stated that
Old
that was
school?
his
No,
best
I ain't
game
talking about
ever.
that game.
Old
I'm talking
school.
about Ohio
ESPN
State.
Old school.
Ohio State versus Georgia. Who's the best player on the field?
ESPN said that's that boy's best game he ever
He
played.
Nah.
18. He's a sophomore.
Harrison, Marvin,
sophomore.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Hey, hold on. Watch this. Now
Marvin Harrison
Now
Jr.
watch this. Hey, Georgia corner Ringo is right now the number one corner in the draft. Did he look like the number one corner?
He
in the draft?
got annihilated. No, Harrison
did
a
he look like number
baller.
one
Harrison
corner?
is a
No.
baller, bro.
So this is what I'm gonna tell you.
His dad is a Hall of Famer, bro.
Hey, listen.
It's in his blood.
Hey, it's not
in
his
his
fault.
blood, bro.
It's not his fault. He got good genes.
It's in his blood.
It's not his fault.
He was
got
the
good
best player
genes.
on the field
And I
that
ain't
day.
talking about Evisu or purple jeans. It's not his fault that he got something good from his daddy. A lot of people don't know their daddy. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of the game. though.
Facts.
Who
That's
played?
part of the
Did they
game.
play last week?
Listen,
One
one
boys
man.
played 2 weeks ago.
One
you know
man.
that, Cordell.
One man. One man. Hey, listen, there's a difference though.
Them boys been home for about 14 days.
And I'm going to stamp it with this. On the Georgia sideline. They said, oh, they ain't got no Marvin Harrison Jr.
Facts. They don't.
They said that
He a dog.
themselves.
No, he a
So
dog.
they knew what it was. They said it themselves.
He the best receiver in college football for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody's arguing that.
Unfortunately, he got to come back for one more year.
Yeah.
Nobody's arguing that.
Unfortunately. You know what I'm
Nobody's arguing that.
saying? Well, he didn't win the award. He didn't win the Biletnikoff.
We know what time it is, though.
So, he got
we
something
know
to prove.
what time it is.
You know what I'm saying? He got something to prove, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we know
I'm
what
just
time it
throwing
is.
out there. You know
Well,
what
it's
I'm
just Buddy at QB who we don't believe in. That's all.
saying? Hey, had the game, though. Had that game, though.
Yeah, one game.
Only a man called Ruggles.
That was his best
He had
game.
one
A man
game
called
that was
Ruggles
cold,
played.
bro.
Well, first of all, he set numerous records nationally and in the Big
Man,
Ten.
ain't
so
nobody trying
we're
to
not
hear
gonna do
that,
that.
man. That's your
We're
man.
not gonna do that.
Defend him to the death. I ain't mad at you because I do
Mhm.
the same thing about my Jags, bro. I ain't mad at you, man.
Okay.
Let's move on, man, because hoes are gonna mess around try to talk up a national championship for Old
Facts.
State. And
You
that
saw
ain't
it
gonna
already.
happen.
They
I
been
ain't know
home.
I
Saw it
did.
already.
I saw the natty, and I ain't see Old State in that thing, bro.
They has
Best
been
game
on
of the year.
They've been on vacation for 2 weeks now.
You know what I'm
Best game
saying?
of the year.
Them boys been
Best game
chilling,
of the year.
getting faded. They been kicking
Facts.
it.
And the stats came out. The most watched program in the country this year.
Man, I bet, but they make
In the
it.
country.
Did they
this
win
year.
anything?
Cordell, if you don't move on to this next segment for this dude, we
I'm
get
dropping
the,
stats. Y'all don't like that. My bad. Man lie, women lie, numbers
that
don't.
man
My
looked
bad.
up
That
some
boy
shit
want
that
the.
we would
Hey, he
never
want.
looked
He
up.
My
want.
bad.
He want the
I know
more right facts.
ESPN
Miguel.
provided that. ESPN provided that. Just like always,
That boy-
ESPN provided me.
Hey,
those
shout out
stats.
hoes for getting the moral victory.
Shout out to ESPN. You know,
Hey man, let's move on, man. It was also outside of Georgia putting a belt down on TCU, which that wasn't even entertaining. I ain't gonna lie. After that, man, me and Miguel, like I said, we was playing Madden after the halftime. We had some great boxing going on though, over last weekend, man. We had the Javante Davis, Hector Garcia card going on last weekend, man, with some decent undercards on that thing, man. We had the boy Boots on there. Boots did his thing. We all thought Boots would get the knockout, but it ended up going all 12, went to the decision. He won by decision, unanimous. Boots did his thing for sure. He had a tough opponent, man. Dude was tough.
Yeah.
He was tough for sure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was the first time Boots went all 12, man. It was a great fight. And then, as we all know, Tank got that TKO. The boy Hector ain't want no more. I was telling these boys, man, them things hurt, man. Them things hurt, man. But look, man, it was also another fight you have to get to. The boy Meek Mill. The boy Meek Mill in the crowd going crazy, man. I'm going to pass this to Hose, man, because he going to give y'all the animated story of this thing, man. I'm going to let him tee up with y'all.
This all. So I'm gonna start on one angle, then I'm gonna travel to another one. Right. I love Meek. Like at the end of the day, Meek probably got some of the most classic intros. Probably has the best
one of
intro.
the best intros.
Probably the best intro in hip hop history.
Facts. To me, it is.
Like you gonna be hard pressed to find a better one.
Facts.
And he know how to make some intros.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't the intro you want to make right there.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Hey,
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished?
Listen, that wasn't the intro you want to make right there, bro. Because this the problem.
Too soon. Okay.
You up here arguing with professional boxers. All right, you rap words. He rap his hands and beat people. It's a
Gary
little
Russell
different.
ain't no joke, man.
It's not a joke. And bigger than that, you from DC, you from Philly, you in DC, and we joked about it when we was watching the fight, but that crowd was a little dark in them first couple rows.
No doubt.
A lot of chains on.
Yeah.
All right, we knew them type boy.
Yeah.
We grew up around a couple of them type people.
Facts.
All right, them you gotta chill.
They don't
man.
have 9 to 5s. I'll tell you that.
You got they definitely don't. All right?
Maybe on some corner or something.
And I don't know too many people who've been in DC, but I have. I got a kid that played for Georgetown. DC, one of them places. You turn the wrong corner, you might not get a chance to turn back around.
Facts.
All right, now, but what I will give me credit for is this: despite the fact that him engaging in a stupid conversation, they're arguing about boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's not your place. Now, if we arguing about lyrics, intros, have at it. But if you're arguing about something that you can't do, because we all seen that video, you punching the bag.
Facts.
It was horrible.
And me look remedial.
Yes.
It looks slow.
But I'ma give Mr. Meek Mill, I'ma give Mr. Meek Mill Barrel Form himself credit for just excellent stage left.
That's it.
Because listen,
He ain't want that smoke.
but he also had he had that crew with him.
Yeah, he did.
They was deep.
When that crew leave.
Well, the crew was right there.
Yeah, but when they go.
I like
what you
Gary
got?
Russell. Now, it was going to be very interesting to see how that crowd went. It was going to be very interesting to see how that
Russell
ended
got
up.
the
Shout out
sleepers.
to Gillian Wallow, Stack
Facts.
Jack for being real OGs.
Exactly. That's it.
Real OGs.
Man, that's
Not a lot of OGs left in this world, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to them for, de-escalating and getting things back settled in. Because that really would have went left.
Facts.
Now, I don't know where Meek would have stood or if he would have been standing after Gary Russell would have threw that like, swift right.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
But it would have went left.
Exactly.
All right, that's all I got to say about it. Shout out to Meek for walking away.
I'm not gonna stay on the topic too long, man. But all I gotta say is, first and foremost, man, shout out to Boots for the win. Shout out to Tanks for the win. Meek Mill, we love you, bro. But sit your ass down somewhere. Sit your ass down. Don't forget that you're a rapper. That is a trained boxer that you were talking to. I'm definitely a huge fan, but what's the old saying? Know when to hold them and know when to fold them.
Trying to tell you.
You fuck around and really be having some dreams and nightmares fucking with that nigga.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
You gonna be having some dreams about him, and you gonna damn sure have some nightmares about him because he gonna have you sleep. You know what I'm saying? Stay in your lane. That is the main thing that we be trying to tell people on this podcast. I think stay in your lane. It's a lane that we got in life. And you got to stay in that right lane. That left lane going to put you somewhere different. You're going to be damn near on the opposite side of traffic, so you're going to get your ass hit. Damn near killed. Meek, I love you, man. Hey, hell of a rapper. When you dealing with a boxer, man, I know you was trying to you was a fan at that moment, and you was saying, hey, how you going to go against Tank at this time? You got to think. He is a boxer. They're damn near in the same weight class. They're not going to agree on certain things.
For sure.
Stay in your lane.
And Gary Russell is from D.C.
And he's a hell of a boxer.
Yes.
Like, we talk boxing on Highly Underrated. He's a hell of a boxer. Let's not get that twisted. Without the crew there, you probably would have been night-night. Lullaby. Lullaby, baby. What she say on New Jack? Lullaby, baby. You would have been
Damn.
asleep somewhere.
Wow.
So without the goons present, if it's you and him, come on, let's be real.
Goons is a different makeup.
You know what I'm saying? I know they different made because they bring another asset to the fight. That's a Thule.
They fit in.
You know what I'm saying?
With the scenery.
You know what I'm saying?
That
Thule.
fight.
And we seen what they got going on. Like my boy Hole says, them boys they ain't working at no bank. They ain't doing no 9 to 5s. You feel me? Them boys is getting real bread. Them diamonds was shining. Them they had me blind. I was sitting on the couch. Let's be honest. You did. That's a fight that you couldn't win, brother. But all needless to say, let's not go against what the fact of the matter was. We're not gonna go against Boots, man. A great win. I know a lot of people are expecting you to get the knockout. As you excel in this sport and continue to fight better talent, it's going to be hard. We clearly seen that you were whooping his ass the whole fight, but it came down to the card. But when it came down to the card, please believe everybody knew it was you. We knew it. There wasn't no doubt about that. You took the dub home. Tank, I still can't understand how your little ass be putting a beating on these motherfuckers. I just can't understand it. Boy, you 5'4", 100 and something pounds soaking wet. How the hell you be knocking niggas out? I just don't understand it, but you do it.
My boy went out on the stool.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you though, man, and that's what the main part of this segment was about, man. We're gonna shine light on those who won, man. But Meek, you had to get a little part of this because you tried to show your ass. But that ass would have been grass if he'd have got a hold of you. I
think that as far as the Meek and Gary Russell joint go, I think that it's just a prime example of how stuff shouldn't go. You feel me? I think that it's just a perfect example of how, I don't even really want to say sensitive. I'm gonna just say like how
ego,
like ego and how easily things get misunderstood. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that they would just have, you know what I mean, like, because I know me, if I'm cheering for somebody and then I hear somebody else cheering against them, I'm gonna say something too, like, you know what I mean, just in the competitive spirit. I had the same thing happen to me at the Jags Colts game in Indy. I'm in there with all Colts fans. And one particular fan said something I didn't like, so I said something to him. But we didn't get into no fighting type, you know what I mean? I just feel like it's just competitive nature. We had a competitive event. We had an aggressive event, you feel me? And everybody talking their stuff, man. I just feel like it should have been just that. I think that it kind of got blew up, you know what I mean? And that's easy to happen in situations like that when two people get the wolf and two famous people at that. Get to saying what they saying back and forth. It can get blown up because if you look at the stuff Meek been saying, he was making it seem like it really wasn't a big deal, which could be the case. And it could have just been kind of, blown out of proportion. But I just feel like in situations like that, man, ain't nothing wrong with a little trash talking.
Not at all.
I love trash talking, bro. Like, I trash talk with the homies every day almost. I trash talk with Miguel and Hose all the time. I trash talk with all my other friends all the time. Y'all see how I talk stuff about my Jags on here, talk stuff about the sorry Bears, talk stuff about Russell Wilson, Dak Prescott. Hey, man, it's just, it's a competitive sports, man. It's competitive stuff, man. Like, we should be able to talk sports and not get physical with each other, man. We should be able to have different opinions and not be angry at the fact that the person has another opinion. Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know the full thing. I mean, we all seen the little clip or whatnot, but if it came down to it on the hands 1-1, come on, Meek, man. You already know what time it is, my boy. But that's a boxer, bro. You unorthodox as a motherfucker, so you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, man, I feel like, man, if it wasn't that big of a deal, it shouldn't have been that big of a deal because I know, Meek, you paid some good bread for them seats. Probably paid for your homies to get in there, and you didn't even get to see the end of the fight, man.
Easy 100K weekend.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I just feel like that could have been avoided, man. And if, for future reference, man, if anything like that happens again, man, let's just let the talk be the talk, man. And we could talk stuff with each other and still be cool. They could have talked stuff and Tank won, and then they would have laughed, looked at each other and laughed, shook hands, and probably went to the club after that. You know what I mean? So, hey, it is what it is. But look, let's go ahead and do it, man. It's that time. It's my favorite part of the show where I put the belt on these boys. Let's get into these weekly predictions. Now, these predictions are a little bit different. These predictions count a little bit more. Because why? Because it's the playoffs, man. And my team is the only team that's in them. Hoes don't really got a team. But Miguel got a team, and they at the crib with the number one pick. I know how that feels, so I ain't going to talk too bad about them because I know how that feel, you feel me? So But man, let's get into these picks, man. We're gonna kick it off. Our weekly NFL picks, man. These the wild card round picks right here, fellas. So we're gonna kick it off with this the first game for tomorrow, 3:30 game. We got the Seattle Seahawks versus the San Francisco 49ers. Miguel, who you got in this, brother?
San Fran. I'm not gonna waste no time. I just think San Fran. I think a lot of people are doubting them because they got the was he third string? Brock?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Irrelevant?
Yep.
Hey, Brock think he Purdy. He doing his thing. So I'm going to go with the 49ers.
Hoes, what's up, man?
Same. I mean, listen, I love Pete Carroll. You know, I think Pete Carroll was one of those coaches I would have loved to play for. And, you know, to come full circle, I think Kingsbury thought he was the young version of Pete Carroll. But, you know, you got to go get the sauce, man. You got to go get the sauce. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Geno, great season, amazing season in your 10th year. But this it right here. It's over with. It's over with. So I'm going with San Fran. Hey, but an amazing season, though.
For sure.
Arguably
Pro Bowl season,
one of the offensive rookie of the years. You know, arguably in the hunt, Kenneth Walker.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
San Fran on a mission, bro. On a mission.
I feel like Geno should win comeback player of the year, man.
Hands down. Hands down.
But unfortunately, I'm going to go with the 49ers as well. I think Seattle's road stops here. Great run, great season. But I think this is going to be the end. I just don't think that defense is good enough to stop all of that offense over there. And it ain't even got nothing to do with the quarterback, obviously, because we've seen how they've been winning games. You got McCaffrey, you got Debo over there, you got Brandon Ayuk, you got too much Kittle. It's too much firepower, and then that defense is stiff. So I'm going with the 49ers, man. Next game, we got the Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers versus the Duval Jacksonville Jaguars. Miguel, where you going, brother?
Jacksonville.
Whew, easy.
Like I mentioned earlier in the segment, man, they just scrappy, man. I just think that they got a lot to fight, and they home. I just think
division champs, AFC South division champs.
Yeah, they holding it down, man. They doing their thing. It definitely, it's like nails to a chalkboard for me to have to say that with Cordell being my co-host. But I gotta be a realist, man. I'm going with Jacksonville.
Hoes, what's up, man? Tell me some good news.
You know, I bet against them boys last week. Now, we'll say this. We was a dab away.
Man, I ain't trying to hear that. We was a
dab away. Not a dab away, but we was a dab away from being up. But this week, I ain't going to bet against them.
Like Old State was a dab away from getting to the natty.
It looked different, though. You know what I'm saying? It looked better than what them Titans look like. But I digress. Now, what I will say is this. I just feel like Jacksonville, they on a high right now, bro. And like I said, I've been told you since the beginning of the season when they hired Doug Peterson. Thought that was a great pick. He knows how to put a team together. He also just knows how to bring that energy. When Philly won that Super Bowl, he brought that energy. Even with Nick Foles, after losing what was the MVP in Carson Wentz back then, he would have won MVP that year. He was breaking all records, killing it. And here comes Foles just walking, you know what I'm saying, walking his way in, won the Super Bowl for him. And I feel like we got a little bit of energy.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not predicting no Super Bowl for Jacksonville.
I already told you.
But I do feel like they have enough, and Peterson is a good enough coach to outsmart my boy over there with the Chargers, man. So for sure, I'm gonna go with the Jags.
Hey, man, y'all don't have to ask me. I'm Duval to the core, baby. I'm going with Jacksonville Jaguars putting a belt down on the Chargers. I don't even think this one's gonna be close. We're gonna take these boys so in the first half. It's gonna be over with. I told y'all if we get in it, we're gonna win it. So stick with me on that, man. Jacksonville all day, man. Next game, we going to Sunday, the noon game Sunday. We got the Miami Dolphins versus Buffalo Bills, man. Buffalo at home. Miguel, where you going?
Buffalo. Like I stated before, I believe the AFC runs through Buffalo and the Natty, man. Cincinnati Bengals. Buffalo hands down. They just got too much they got going on. They got too much fight. They got too much to fight for, man. I believe this year they doing it for Damar. They doing it for the Hamlin family, so I'm going Buffalo.
Hoes, what's the word?
Listen, man. They down their third or fourth string quarterback. Miami is. Shout out to Skylar Thompson, but hey, the sky is not the limit. It's over with, kid. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It is over with. You meet a team that's motivated by something bigger than football. That's a hard task to climb right there. And with that being said, easy dub club.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I know I usually don't go against that speed, but I have to. They've been letting me down the last 3-4 weeks. I'm going Buffalo. Just the energy around Buffalo. I think Buffalo is all around a better team. Quarterback play for sure, 100% better. I'm going Buffalo. I ain't going to take too much time on that. Next game on Sunday, we got the New York Football Giants versus the Minnesota Vikings. Hoes, where you going with that one, brother?
I told y'all earlier, it's just something about New York, and I just feel like they got that little umph in them, man. Dayball, man, he just got them boys believing and rolling. Remember, this is the same roster. This is the same roster from the last 2 seasons that's been horrible.
Yeah.
Minnesota's defense is horrible.
Facts.
That is not a recipe for playoff football. Minnesota is struggling running the football. We all know in the playoffs, you got to be able to run the ball and control the clock. What does the Giants do best? Run the ball, control the clock. I love Jay Jettas. I love the season he's having. I really wish he would have broke the record for the most receiving yards in the season. But, hey, listen. Skull, no, it's over with. Even at home, bon voyage. Go fishing. We'll see y'all.
Yikes. Miguel, where you going, brother?
Minnesota. But I say this, though. They got to come out to play. Like Hole said, New York is nobody to play with. Saquon bounced back from the injury. Same coach, same stat, same roster that the previous coach had, but the coach came in and brought that. I guess he brought that energy, man. He brought that presence that they needed. It's gonna be a tough one. It's definitely gonna be a scrappy game. It's gonna be one of the ones to watch. But I'm going Minnesota.
I ain't mad at that. I'm gonna go with the Giants on this one, man. I just feel like the fact that Vikings defense is so bad, it's gonna cost them. I think it's gonna cost them this week, man. I think it's gonna cost them. I think that Kurt. We know we're getting out of Kurt, man. So all in all, I think it'll probably be a good game, but I feel like Minnesota gonna get that one. Next game. That Sunday night game, we got the Baltimore Lamar Jackson-less Ravens versus the Cincinnati Joe Burrow Bengals. Hoes, where you going?
All I'm going to say is this. Had you paid, my boy, Facts. He would have played in this game.
Facts.
And half of L. Jack is better than the whole of whatever you going to put at quarterback right now. Period. And shout out to him for sticking it out, because let's just be real. My boy would have played.
No, he would have.
Oh, for sure.
He would have played.
For sure.
But why? You don't appreciate me.
Exactly.
So why would I play for you?
Exactly.
Thanks.
So, y'all go ahead and take another L. Back-to-back weeks, actually.
Yeah.
Remember, they played week 18.
Yeah. Yep.
Now,
Yep.
Joe Burrow's got to keep that hot hand going. But, it's something about Joey B, man. Joey B get money. You know what I'm saying? I like bro. But, I don't think Baltimore. It's going to be a close game because it's a division rivalry. But something tell me Cincinnati going to find a way to run away with it.
Miguel, where you going, bro?
I'm going with the Natty, man. I'm going with Cincinnati, like I stated before. To piggyback on what Hole said, Baltimore is silly. It's silly. You gave Roquan $100 million, but you wouldn't even pay this quarterback what he deserved.
Youngest MVP.
And I'm almost for sure, and I know this may be a topic for another day. I don't even know because I don't even know if they're gonna get out this round. But I honestly think this man's sitting out because of that contract that was given to Roquan. You willing to pay this man, and he only been a high second, but I didn't contribute for this program, this franchise for umpteen years.
All you need to know is Mama knows best.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit out and fake this knee injury for this, whatever injury he got for this week, and I'm gonna let y'all do what y'all need to do off. Was it Hundley? Is that his name?
I mean, Hundley wasn't the quarterback last week because Hundley was hurt.
Okay, well, whoever they going with, I'm going to sit out this week, and I'm going to let y'all know how much y'all miss me when y'all take this L this week. I'm going with the Bengals.
Addition by subtraction to my bank account.
Yeah, Thursday, I'm going with Cincinnati for sure. I think without Lamar, it's just not the same organization. It's not the same program. They lose a lot. When you lose Lamar, you lose the team, man. So Shout out Hundley though, man. I like the way he plays. He's a good backup for sure. He can help any team. He does his thing, but I just don't think that it's gonna be enough. I'm going with Cincinnati for sure, by 2 scores at least. Next game, last game of the week, Monday night. To wrap up the wild card, we got the Dallas Cowboys versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Miguel, what you got here, bro?
I know a lot of y'all who been listening in and chiming into the show gonna think that, hey, Miguel going with Dallas, hands down.
That's your team.
But I'm a realist, brother. I told y'all since day one that I just think that they a regular season program. This first reason to play, I do not bet no money against Tom Brady. TB12 in the playoffs, I just think you giving away some bread. I just think that hands down, I'm just going with the Bucks.
Dallas the favorite in this game right now. Right? 2.5 points.
I know they are, but man, Tom in the playoffs, good luck. And the Cowboys being who they are, being shaky quarterback play the last couple weeks, shaky defensive play the last couple weeks. Other than Michael, I'm going with the Bucks.
I feel you, Hoes. What you got, brother?
Listen, man. There's a couple things, couple athletes you don't bet against, right? You don't bet against Floyd when he in the ring. You never bet against Mike when he in the finals. Definitely not bet against TB12 when they get in the playoffs.
Facts.
Easy money, man. And he's never lost to the Cowboys.
And
He's 7-0.
And
You know what I'm saying? He's coming in on a high. Notice I said he. I don't know if Tampa Bay fully is coming in on a high, but he is coming in on a high. And they, meaning the Dallas Cowboys, especially Dak, is coming in on low.
Facts.
This is a QB league.
Facts.
QBs make the difference.
No doubt.
And when you out here throwing the game away, literally, you can't be a difference maker. So I'm picking Tampa Bay.
Man, y'all got a friend in me here, man. I'm not going to go against y'all. I don't believe in Dak, especially not in the playoffs when the heat is on. I've been saying since we've been doing this show, Dallas only gets 1 week of the playoffs if they get in. So, yeah, the road stops here, man. Monday night, it's over with. I honestly think they're going to get the belt put on them, honestly, if you just want me to be real. I don't think Dak going to play well at all. And, man, when you're going against Tom in the playoffs, it's something different. Like I'm going to keep on saying, I'm not a fan of Tom Brady, but I got to respect him. Boy, do his thing. So, yeah, I'm going with Tampa Bay in that one, man. So that wraps up our weekly predictions, our wild card first round playoff predictions. We're going to come back and see who was right, who was wrong. It's going to be consequences behind everything, man. But if that wraps up the predictions, y'all already know, that pretty much wraps up the show. Y'all boys got any closing remarks?
Yeah, man. I just always want to end with, man, we appreciate everybody who chimes into us weekly. We're going to keep putting our foot on their neck. We're going to keep providing y'all with that content that y'all design, that y'all just fiending to hear about, trending topics on all sports. Like, comment, subscribe on all our videos, man. We're going to be visuals coming soon, merch coming soon. And, man, I personally just started the Instagram page, man. So, man, if y'all got any questions that y'all want to holler at me about and want us to include onto the next week's show, holler at me on Instagram at HUS, man, _Gales, man. Highly Underrated Sports _Gales, man. And just chime in the DMs, man. And I'll get back to y'all, man. We very personal in this podcast. And we definitely want to keep, giving y'all that content y'all want to hear. So, that's all I got to say, man.
Hoes, what's up, bro?
Hey, man, as my boy said, man, like, subscribe, comment, all of the whole nine, man. Listen, we just going to keep giving you this heat, bro. Because at the end of the day, man, we just speaking our voices, our opinion for the common person, man. And at the end of the day, man, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. That's all I got, man.
Yeah, man. Just follow up with those boys saying, man, I just want to throw it out here, let all y'all know. The podcast is now on Spotify.
Yes, sir.
It's on Amazon Music now. It's on RSS.com. It's on like 5 different platforms. You can still catch it on YouTube. But the main source that you want to get to it, you can just go to the website, highlyunderatedsports.com. Click the podcast page, and you'll be able to find the show right there. But if you got those other streaming services, streaming services. You can go ahead and catch them there. It will be on Apple soon. This episode may get dropped on the Apple Podcast app and Tidal. All that's coming soon, but right now, like I said, you can check us out on Spotify. You can check us out on Amazon Music. You can check us out in the Google store as well. All of those apps you can check us out on. And like they said, man, like, share, subscribe. We appreciate everybody who take the time to listen to us, man. We try our best to get y'all this content. We going to be our best. We going to get y'all everything we got every week. Like I said, if it's some people who checking this out and y'all want to come on one day and guest host, man, reach out. Email us, leave a comment, something like that. You want to give your takes one day. You feel like it's something cool to do or whatever, man. Come guest host one day, man. We open to that. Send us something. Get in touch with us. Email us. Follow us on Instagram at Highly Underrated Sports. Twitter, same thing, Highly Underrated Sports. DM us. Let us know what's going on, man. Even if we got to do something over the phone, that's cool too. Because we love y'all, man, and we love the community, man. I just want to drop a couple shout outs before I get out of here, man. Shout out my boy Mark, man. Mark Andrews, Dillo, Miguel. You already know that's my dog, man. I heard you been listening, dog.
Mark.
So shout out you, bro. We appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying, man. Shout out all the homies, man. Everybody who take the time out their day to listen to us, bro. And that's all.
Facts, man. That's big.
Yeah, man. We're gonna, like I said, man, be on the lookout for next week. Check those apps, man. Get them views. Share it. Share it to your friends. All the sports fans out here, man. Share it, man. Share it. We appreciate it. And we're gonna always do our best to get back. Be on the lookout for that merch. It's coming soon. We're gonna do a giveaway, for some listeners, man. Listeners, first few people to comment, share, all of that, man. We're gonna give y'all some free merch. We got a lot of stuff coming, man. It's gonna be big, man. It's just the beginning. It's the beginning of the year. It's gonna be a big year for us, man. So at the end of the day, we appreciate y'all. And you just tuned in to another highly underrated sports podcast. And please don't let it be the last one, man. We out.